Namaste. Can everybody hear? Yeah. So welcome to our continuing winter wisdom retreat. We have more wisdom from our scriptures today, and a story I'm taking from Purana. Purana means ever fresh, ever new, ever useful. So these stories are very useful for you. Before we begin, let us begin with our opening prayers. I will ask Samvedana to start. You can start with Sahana Vavatu. You have to unmute and start.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunatu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Very good. Gurur Brahma, Chayan Kalyan, Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Saksha Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Very good. Vakratunda, Rishik, Vakratunda.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
Excellent. Yes. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So today we're going to see a god in Hinduism, and it just happens to be his birthday tomorrow. So I had decided this story before I knew it was his birthday. His name is Dattatreya. Dattatreya is a god in Hinduism, and there's a few stories about him, but the main story comes from the Bhagavata Purana. I've taken a story about him from Bhagavata Purana. He's a very ancient god. And as you all know, we have many gods, right? You have all these gods with pictures of these gods and everything. But actually, there is only in Hinduism, there's only one God. All of these are just aspects of the one. So they all have certain energies that they depict. So Dattatreya, he was born to a great sage, great rishi called Atri, who was one of the greatest sage. He's one of the Sapta Rishis, the 7 Rishis. Who has heard of the Sapta Rishis? Has anybody heard of Sapta Rishis? Has anybody heard of the Sapta Rishis? Sai and Shri, you have heard of Sapta Rishis. And they represent, the 7 Rishis represent what? A constellation of stars. So your homework will be to find out what is the constellation the 7 Rishis are in the sky. Okay, they're represented in the sky. Atri was his father, was the father of this god Dattatreya, and he had a mother called Anusuya. And this couple was a very devotional couple. They were very pious, very religious, very good, and she was the perfect wife. So the 3 gods, the main gods of Hinduism, who knows the 3 main gods of Hinduism? Yes, who can tell me one god each? Yes, Omkar, you can tell me one.
Is it Lord Shiva?
Lord Shiva is one, and what is he the lord of?
I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, so Lord Shiva is the lord of, he's sometimes called the destroyer, but we don't like that word destroyer. We'll call him the dissolver. He dissolves this universe. He's called the dissolver. Lord Shiva is one of the main 3 gods. Who can give me another one of the gods? Yes, Sai.
Oh, Lord Vishnu, he's a preserver.
Yeah, Lord Vishnu is the one who preserves, who sustains this universe. And the other Sai, yes, the lady Sai. Yes, you can unmute.
Brahma,
Brahma. And what does Brahmaji do?
the creator.
Very good. So you have the three aspects of divinity. They are the three main gods. Brahma, the one who creates this universe, Lord Vishnu, who preserves this universe, and Lord Shiva, who dissolves the universe. They are called the Trimurti. Trimurti in Sanskrit. You can write that, Trimurti. Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, called Trimurti. And because they were so impressed with this couple, the sage couple, Atri and Anusuya, they were so happy with their devotion. What did they do? They decided to bless the couple with the son because the couple did not have any children. So they put their energies together, they brought their powers together, these three powers, and they created a baby with three heads. And this baby was gifted to this Atri and Anusuya, and this baby was called as Dattatreya. Dattatreya is the name. You can see him here behind me in my picture. This is Dattatreya. Of course, when he's grown up, he looks like this, but he has three heads. So he is a manifestation, incarnation of Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwaraha, Shiva. So he has all those three powers. Datta means given. So he was given by the gods to this couple. And what powers do his heads have? We should know the powers. So one head, Brahmaji's power in Sanskrit is Tejas. It is called Tejas. It is light. He has one of the heads is full of light. And this light is because of what? Because of wisdom. He has all the wisdom because Brahmaji, being creator, he needs to know how to create this universe, right? So he has all the knowledge of creation, all the wisdom, and this is called Tejas, light. So even when you gain more and more knowledge, you will see, they say in our scriptures, the light actually shines from your face. They will call it Tejas. When you gain more knowledge, you actually become more light. So Tejas is one of his heads. Then Vishnu is another of his heads. Vishnu's energy is called Ojas. O-J-A-S, Ojas. His energy was one of his heads. And what is that energy? It is the energy to act. Vishnu gives you the energy to act in your life, activity. We need energy to act, right? Otherwise, what? We lie in bed and be lazy? No, we're not meant for that. We're meant to act in life, be active. So Vishnu was one of his heads, gives that energy of Ojas, the energy to act. And Shiva, the last of his heads, is what? It gives him mastery. He is master over his senses. What are the senses? The eyes, the ears, the nose, the tongue, and the touch. He knows where to direct them. So his eyes just don't go everywhere they want to go. He is the master, so he directs where his eyes should go. He is the commander of his ears, what his ears should hear. So this is the power of Dattatreya. Very, very powerful God because he has the energies of all the three gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwaraha. And he is seen, you can see, you may not be able to see in this picture that you have behind me, but we'll send a picture. He is always accompanied by one cow and 4 dogs. Okay, he always has a cow and 4 dogs with him. Again, this is symbolic. Everything in the Hinduism is got symbols, symbolic. What is that cow? Who has heard of the wish-fulfilling cow? Who knows the name of the wish-fulfilling cow? Naisa. Who is the wish? Who is the wish?
I forgot the name of it, but I do know the cow.
Okay, who knows the wish-fulfilling cow's name? Kaya and Maya. I think that is Kaya and Maya. But
is it Kamdanu?
Kamadhenu. Yes, well done. Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu means wish-fulfilling cow. Anything you think of, any desire you have in your mind, this cow will manifest for you. It is a divine cow, Kamadhenu. And this is what accompanies this Dattatreya, this God. he has the power to fulfill anything he wishes for, he can manifest. So that is a great, great animal to have with you, right? But of course, he doesn't abuse it. He doesn't overuse it. I'm sure he uses it for the good of humanity, for the good of everybody. And what do the four dogs represent? So four dogs symbolize the four Vedas. We saw in the last session, there are four Vedas. And what is the nature of a dog? So this is why it is given the symbolic, representation or symbolic thing of a dog. The four Vedas, what do they do? Like a dog, they are very loyal. Dogs we know are very loyal. They mean the best for you. So they'll always be by your side. They're very loyal. So the Vedas are always loyal. They will always be with you. Helpful. Dogs are always helpful. If you need help and you need some aid, they always come to your help. So Vedas are like this. The knowledge in the Vedas will always come to your help when you need them. And dogs never leave you alone, do they? You will never, if you have a dog at home, I don't know how many of you have dogs at home, but you'll see they love to be with you. If you are their master, they love to be with you. Just like that, the Vedas, they love to be with you. They will not leave you alone. So you never feel lonely. So this is, again, Dattatreya's the third dog is like that. And what is the fourth dog? What is the other quality of a dog? The dogs will protect you. Dogs are known for protection. We have guard dogs, right? So the Vedas will also protect you. They will guard you in your life. All the knowledge in the Vedas, once you start getting more and more knowledge, they will protect you. So this is the symbolism of the four dogs he carries. He also carries, I'm just going to go very briefly through this, a trident, because he has also got Shiva's power. Shiva has a trident. What is this trident? It has three powers, the trident: the power to know, the power to desire, and the power to act. This is the trident, the power to know, the power to desire, and the power to act. He has these power in the trident with him. And he has a conch in one hand. Who knows what a shanka is? What is a conch? We're going to hear Naisa's father blow a conch. I hope Abhishek is there ready with his conch. We're going to hear that. You can hear what a shanka is.
Sure.
Yes. Very good. Can everybody hear that? It is like Om. So the conch sound represents Om. He carries the conch because Om is a healing sound. It is a sacred sound, Om. And it is one Om. What does Om stand for? Om stands for the whole of this universe. That it is said in our scriptures that sound of Om made this whole creation come about. Om. So very, very special sound, chanting of Om. That he also has a shanka to represent, conch to represent Om. I'm only going to go through a few things he carries, which are important. He also carries a Sudarshan Chakra. Who knows what Sudarshan Chakra is? Omkar, what is Sudarshan Chakra?
It's Vishnu Bhagwan's one of his weapons. So if
Yeah.
someone's trying to attack you, then maybe you can attack them back, or if they've done something really bad that can be unforgivable, which probably someone won't, but hopefully they won't. But
So we don't. Yeah, you're right.
it down on them.
Yeah, so it is Vishnu Bhagwan. You're very right. It is Vishnu Bhagwan, one of Vishnu Bhagwan's weapons. It is a spinning disc. Sudarshan Chakra is a spinning disc. It spins very, very fast. And he holds it on his finger like that. And Dattatreya also has Sudarshan Chakra. And what does the Sudarshan Chakra represent? It has a represented, it is not just a weapon that you use to destroy enemies. It actually stands for time. Time is always spinning, right? Time is always moving. Every minute it is changing. Minute after minute it is spinning. So past, the Sudarshan Chakra represents that he is the Lord of time. He is the master of time. And he controls time and he holds time in his hand. So Dattatreya is so powerful. He also is Lord of time. He holds time in his hands. He also has a begging bowl in one of his hands. If you see, he has a bowl, which means what? He shares. He's teaching us that we share our wealth, we share our food with everybody. Always have this sharing attitude, caring attitude, and that is what he represents with this other hand. And it is also said that this Dattatreya, God, this Lord Dattatreya, is what does he like to do? It is said that he likes to go to people's houses in disguise to bless them at meal times. So suddenly, if you get somebody knocking on your door at lunchtime and you're having your lunch, it is said in our scriptures that it is Dattatreya in that form. He is a blessing. When you get a guest in mealtime, it is said, Atiti Devo Bhava in the Veda. Atiti Devo Bhava, don't worry about Sanskrit, but it means guest is as good as God. When somebody comes to your home and knocks on your door and you're having food, it is said that if you feed them, you will get their blessings because it is Dattatreya in that form. The Lord has come in that form. He can take any form. He is in every form. He can take any form. So Atiti Devo Bhava. He comes sometimes at meal times. Okay, and he showed us this Dattatreya. Also, he loves nature. He loves to be in nature. He wanders around in the forests and he wanders around in nature, and he's very observant. He loves to watch things in nature, and he learned his gurus. Remember the word guru? We learned last time. Guru means spiritual teacher or teacher. He learned from everything in nature. He learned so many things. Actually, he has 24 gurus in the nature. Because he wanders around in nature, he saw everything, he observed, and he picked up lots of tips from animals and elements and everything in nature. Today, we're going to see a few of them. Very interesting. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you your own ideas. What have you learned from things in nature? But let us go through what he has learned. And some of these are adapted for children as well, because of course, we cannot say everything that he learned as an adult. So Earth, he learned from Mother Earth. What did he see? When he looked at Mother Earth, he saw, my God, she's always giving. She always produces all these vegetables, these plants, everything she's always giving. She does everything to support me. She gives me food every day. All the food that's grown, she is giving me and helping me to live my life on this earth. What else did he see? He said some people abuse this earth. They take Mother Earth for granted. They don't treat her well. But does she retaliate? Does she hurt back? No. He saw what? She does not retaliate. She does not hurt back. She still continues giving. So he saw this, and what did he learn? Very beautiful lessons he learned. He watched the earth and he saw that when she's given rest also, when you give the earth enough rest, you will see, I don't know whether you're near a farm, but if you ask a farmer, they will not keep growing the same things in the same field year after year after year. They will give that particular field a rest. So 1 year, they will not grow anything. Give that field the ability to grow, to heal itself, to replenish itself. Then only they will plant more seeds in that field. So they don't, the earth has time to heal, and it also with the rest, it can heal itself. So what did he learn from this earth? Earth has a nature of tolerating. What is this word tolerating? Can anybody tell me? What does it mean to tolerate? It's a big word in English. Does anybody know? Sai.
It's like when you're like taking the pain, like you don't actually like harm people back, like you
Yeah.
absorb the pain and you ignore it.
Yeah, you don't harm people back. You're able to take. She has a bearing. It is called, she bears all the harm. She bears it. So even if you're hurt, what the Mother Earth teaches you, don't hurt back. Don't hurt back. Even if others injure you, keep forgiving everybody. Always forgive and don't hold grudges. Okay, this is what Mother Earth, he learned from Mother Earth. And he also learned, what did he learn? Whatever others do for you, she doesn't change, does she? She doesn't become angry and bitter. She doesn't say, oh, this one was nasty to me. I'm not going to give any more vegetables to this person. I'm not going to do this. She's not like that. She keeps her goodness. She keeps going. So Mother Earth, very beautiful lesson he learned from Mother Earth. Now the next thing he observed, he looked up and he saw the sky. What did he learn from the sky? This vast sky. When you look at the sky, what do you see? It's limitless. There are no boundaries in the sky, are there? Where is the sky boundary? There's no boundary in the sky. And what happens in the sky? We see lots of thunder clouds. We see storm clouds sometimes, hurricanes in some places. So many things happen in the sky. So he saw all of this happening. But what happened to the sky? What did he learn from the sky? Is it touched by the thunderstorms? Does it get affected by all the things, the big dark clouds that pass over the sky? No. So what he learned is that difficult times, like storms, they come in everyone's life. We all have difficult times, right? We all have to go through difficult times. Like in the sky, like dark clouds, these difficult times come, but we are like the sky. He said, I am like the sky, I am limitless. These thunder clouds, these storm clouds cannot affect me. That is what he learned from the sky. Also, very beautiful lesson he learned from the sky. And what did he learn from the sun? The next thing he learned is from the sun. He looked up and saw this bright ball, shining sun. It is what he saw, that it is the source of all light. It shines by itself. Do you need to light up the sun with a matchstick? Do we need to light up the sun with any kind of other fire? No. It's shining by itself, right? It gives light and warmth to the whole world. The sun makes this world, when it rises, we say the sun makes this world come alive. And where does the sun shine? Who can tell me? Does it shine in dirty puddles of water? Who can say? Does it shine in dirty puddles? Rishik.
If yes, it does, but the murkiness might stop the sunlight from glistening off it sometimes.
Yeah, but does it shine? Does it shine also in clear lakes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the sun doesn't say, I'm not going to shine on dirty puddles. I'm only going to shine on clean things. It doesn't say that, does it? It shines on everything in this creation. So he saw this, he looked at the sun and he said, wow, this sun is amazing. It is friendly to everything in this creation. It doesn't have enemies at all. So what did he learn from the sun? He learned to be self-confident. He learned self-confidence. The sun shines by itself. He said it's so huge, the sun is so huge that whatever anybody says, whatever any criticism or any blame anybody says, it doesn't care. It doesn't care because it continues to shine and it doesn't care what others think. It does its job. It continues doing its job. What is the job of the sun? It is to give light and heat to this planet. And it keeps on doing its job. It doesn't care. So what Dattatreya is saying is that we should be like the sun. Don't worry if people accuse you. Don't worry if they say bad things about you. Why should you worry? Be like the sun. Sun is unaffected. Whatever anybody says, if you are doing the right thing, if you're a good person, it doesn't matter what others think of you. So this is also a very important lesson that he learned from the sun. Another lesson he learned from the sun is that the sun is like to everybody. It doesn't judge. It shines on everything. It is selfless. This word selfless. Who understands selfless? What is selfless? Chayank.
Selfless is when you think about other people rather than yourself and instead of your things first, put other people's priorities first and try to help the other people rather than yourself.
Yeah, that is very good definition of selfless. You think of others also. It's not that you don't think of yourself. You do think of yourself, but you also think of others. You think others more. What will benefit others more? The sun is like that. The sun shines for everybody else, doesn't it? So what do we learn from the sun? That all are my friends. I give my light to all. We all have light to give to everybody. We all have warmth to give to everybody. We learn this from the lesson from the sun. And there is a saying in our Veda, it is said, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Vasudeva Kutumbakam. What does that mean? The whole world is your family. Everybody is our family. We should have that feeling that all are a one family. And this is what the sun teaches us. And then he was wandering again in the nature. And what did he come across? He saw some bees buzzing here and there and going from flower to flower. And what do bees collect from flower to flower? Who knows? What did he see? Samvedana, what do bees collect? Can you unmute? Yeah.
Honey.
Honey, yes, they collect honey from flowers. So they collect this nectar. We could call it nectar. They collect this nectar. They go from flower to flower. But what else do bees do? They have another, what else do they do? They're very clever thing. Let's ask somebody who has not answered. Anybody who knows what bees do? Amita.
They spread pollen around to different areas so more flowers can grow.
Yeah. So beautiful. They take nectar from the flowers, but at the same time they give back, right? So they take the nectar from the flowers, but when they go to another flower, they spread the pollen so other flowers and other plants can come up. So he saw this happening with the bees. He observed the bees. Dattatreya was a great observer. He could observe things and learn the lessons that he had to observe. So he saw the bees buzzing around doing this. And he also saw there's one more quality of bees that he observed. Who can tell me? Anyone who knows one more quality that bees have? Somebody new. Hanush.
So bees also live in groups. They live together.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Bees are team players. Bees are very, very efficient. They work in groups. They are so clever, actually. They all work together. They work together to build the hive, and they work for the greater good. They work for the good of everybody, not just for one or two people. They work for the good for everybody. So what did he learn from the bee? He learned so many lessons from watching the bees. First of all, be active. Don't be lazy. Laziness will not give you success in your life. If you just don't do anything in life, just lazy, you will not be successful in anything. So be active like the bee. Bees are very highly active, and they seek the nectar from the flowers. So you look, what he learned is seek wisdom from all sources. Look for the nectar of wisdom from everyone. What can you learn from others? Seek the nectar of wisdom. At the same time, he learned you should give back. Give back like the bees. They pollinate. They take the nectar from flowers, but they help the flowers in return by spreading the pollen all over so more flowers can grow. So he also learned that you should give back to everybody by sharing the knowledge that you learned. So you can also share the wisdom that you got in this winter wisdom retreat. You can tell your friends, what are these lessons? You can have some discussions, very interesting. So think of others, bees also. What do bees teach? Because they work in teams, they are team players. They work in teams. They don't just think of themselves. They think of the whole community of bees, and they build the hive together. So you should think of others' benefit also. That is what bees taught. That's what bees teach. And I'm going to do just a couple more of these lessons. Of course, 24 gurus are there. We cannot go through all 24. Tomorrow, you're going to give me your lessons that you learn from things in nature. But the next lesson he learned were from hawks, Hawks. Who knows what a hawk is? What is a hawk? Let's see, somebody new. Who can tell me what a hawk is? Anybody? Advait, do you know what a hawk is?
Isn't it a
No?
bird?
Yeah, Advait. Yeah, it is a bird. What kind of bird? Who has seen, like, we can say kestrel, hawk, they're all birds of prey, right? What do they do? Have you seen them? There's so many in this country. They hover around and they glide in the sky, right? Have you seen these birds? Yeah. So what did he see when he saw the birds? First of all, hawks, these birds are not picky about the food they get. They eat whatever they can get. So they're not picky and choosy. They won't say, "Oh, I don't want this mouse. I want this one instead. I don't like this food. I want that one instead." They're not picky about the food. If they are hungry, they will eat what they're given. So he saw that, and they have the ability to what? They scan the whole world from high above. So they're flying very, very high, and they have huge eyesight. They can scan the whole world. So they can see from a great height. So they have very good observation skills. They can see very great distances. And he also saw they have laser-like focus. What is a laser? Who knows what a laser is? Have you seen people with laser vision? I think a lot of superheroes have laser vision, right? Hawks have laser focus and they can spot their prey. When they spot their prey, what happens? They dive fast. They dive from great height and they go very, very fast and they catch the prey. So he saw all of this and he learned some lessons from watching the hawk. First of all, he said, I am not going to be fussy over my eating anymore. Whatever food is given on my plate, I will eat it. It is for my growth. So I will eat whatever is given, not to be fussy about food, because many people don't even have food to eat. You know that. So many people in this world go hungry day after day. We are so lucky to have food in our plates. So we should feel grateful. He learned this from the hawk, that we should feel grateful for having food on our plates. And he also learned what? Because the hawk was able to see from high distance a lot of things. He learned that you should observe things carefully before taking action. You should always look at things around you. Am I doing the right thing? Is it the right action? You should ask yourself this question. Is my action going to hurt anybody? Then if it's going to hurt somebody, we'd rather not do the action, because we saw Mrigari's story. We should avoid hurting others, right? Or other things. So hawk is able to see from wide distance. And last lesson he learned from the hawk is to have laser focus. When you have laser focus in mind, single-minded focus when you do your studies, when you're doing maths, you're not getting distracted by Facebook, you're not getting distracted by other things, right? So who understands this laser focus? Does any of you understand laser focus? What is laser focus? Who can tell me? Dhriti, Dishan, what is laser focus? Any ideas?
It's like when you focus on one thing and try not to get distracted by another.
Yeah, so keep your mind, it's like laser vision. You keep your mind on one thing. He learned that from the hawk. So you focus on one thing. When you're doing something, you do it properly. And then it will be very successful, whatever you focus on. And he also learned from the hawk, whenever you get an opportunity in life for something good that is going to come your way, then grab it, because the hawk dives from great height. Have you ever seen a hawk dive? It dives, it's so fast, and it picks up its prey. So just like that, when you see a good opportunity in your life, then dive and grab it, okay? Don't let it go, because we don't know when it will come back. Don't let it slip. So he learned this from the hawk. Very, very nice lesson he learned from the hawk. And we will do one more lesson about he learned from a snake. Even a snake taught him a lesson. Can you imagine? All these snakes in the forest that he saw. What did the snake teach him? Who knows? Who has seen a snake? Has anybody seen a snake? I held one round my neck once. It's all slithery and slimy. It doesn't have any legs, right? But snakes, even if they don't have legs, have you seen how fast they move? Who has seen a snake move? Yeah, it is so fast, super fast. I had one go past my leg once in India. I remember it was so fast, faster than if I could run. It was that fast. So he saw that the snake had no legs, but it was still able to move. And where do snakes live? He wondered, who knows where snakes live? They can live in the Chayank.
They live underground in the burrows.
Yeah, they live there, but they travel everywhere, right? They travel on the hills. They travel, on the desert dunes. They can go up the trees. They can live in any environment. Snakes are very adaptive. Okay, they adapt to any environment. And what is a snake known to do? What happens to a snake's skin? Off and on, what does a snake do with his skin? Sai.
It sheds his skin, so it gets rid of his skin and grows a new one.
Yeah, right. So if you've seen a snake's skin, it sheds its skin and it looks like it looks like some kind of cling film, scaly cling film. And why did the snake shed their skin? He saw that when they want to, yeah, Omkar, why do snakes shed their skin? Do you know?
It's because they want to grow.
Yeah, they want to grow. Perfect.
They don't want to stay old with the same skin all over again.
Yeah, excellent. They want to grow. They don't want to stay the same with the old skin. But also, when they get rid of the skin, what else goes off with their skin? There are certain things on the skin called parasites. Who knows what a parasite is? Somebody knew. Rishik, what is a parasite?
Parasite is something that leeches off an animal and takes their nutrients so that they can live.
Yeah,
They're not
so
like
something nice,
beings
is
that
it?
give back.
Yeah,
They're not things that
something.
give back in exchange for their nutrients.
Yeah. So parasites are not something nice, right? Something unpleasant we don't want. So when the snake sheds its skin, all these parasites get lost with the skin as well. So he saw this happening with the snake. And what did he learn? He learned to adapt like the snake. Things are always changing. 1 minute the snake can be in the tree, 1 minute in the sand dunes in the desert, another minute it can be in the forest. A snake is able to move around everywhere without legs. So it doesn't feel limited at all. That's a very important thing. Sometimes we all have limitations. We cannot do everything, but a snake doesn't allow its limitations to rule its life. It adapts to every situation. That is a very good habit to learn from a snake. And shedding its skin, what did he learn? He learned that we should let go of our past. Because if we don't let go of the past, we will not grow. Just like the snake, we have, whatever anybody has done in the past, let go of it. Forgive and forget, that is a saying in English. Let go of it and grow. All the parasites that were on the skin of the snake, what did he learn? If you have bad company, if you're in bad company, you don't need bad company. Get away from bad company. Keep yourself in good company. It's very important that you're in good company. And this is what he learned from the snake. So with this, I'm going to just stop for today because we've had enough lessons from nature. We've had a lot of lessons from nature. Tomorrow, what I would like is for you all to go back. There are some other gurus he had in nature. I'm going to give you we'll post it to the group, but he learned also lessons from spider. So you go back and see what lesson can the spider teach me. You have to go and do a bit of research, understand what a spider is. Spider is one, you can choose whichever one. Caterpillar is another one. Okay, caterpillar. He learned some lessons from a caterpillar. What can a caterpillar teach you? That is another lesson. And I'll give you a few more that he learned from. He learned from the moon, Moon, moon. So all of these things, we will make a list. Each one of you, or you can take one thing and see what is that thing, what does it teach you. He also learned from a baby, a child. What does a baby teach us? So baby is another thing on the list. Fish, he learned from fish. Can you imagine, what did he learn from fish? So you don't have to tell me what he learned, but you can tell me what you learned from fish. Okay, so we will post this to the group, this list. There is also elephant, deer, all of these are on the list. So you can choose the animal that you want and then tell me the lesson tomorrow. Does anybody have any questions? We got some good lessons today. I hope you made some notes. So we will do our quiz on Wednesday. I think our quiz time is Wednesday. Tomorrow is actually the birthday of Dattatreya. Can you imagine? It is tomorrow's his birthday. So I'm going to teach you a special chant for his birthday. It is called Dattatreya Gayatri, and you can learn this chant. He will bless you. We saw that he has the powers of the three gods to bless you. So if you want Ojas, which is the power to act, if you want Tejas, the power to know, and you want this Tapas, the power to be master of yourself, then if you chant this shloka, if you chant this mantra, you will get these powers as well. Okay? So does anybody have any questions? Any doubts? No? So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow with all your learning from nature. Let us see what your ideas. What can you learn from the spider and what can you learn from other things in nature? So who will finish off the closing prayers? Who would like to do that? Naisa. Naisa, you can do Sarve Bhavantu. Anybody else would like to finish off? Chayank. Yeah, you just, Naisa and Chayank, you finish off. Yeah. Naisa, yes.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ.
Hari Om. Well done, all of you. I think you have lots of knowledge about nature as well, but very, very interesting, all the lessons you can learn from just looking at things around you. So we will put the list to the group and have fun doing some research today. Hari Om.